No, it's not deja vu. We're back in November 2012 at the 2K Coaches vs. Cancer tournament. It's the same storyline. Coach Kyle Watson in UTEP versus Coach Billy Hoyle in UCLA. The difference is we're going to focus more on Al Flores, the freshman floor general out of the Bronx, New York. He started at St. Anthony's in Jersey City, did a post-grad year at West Oaks in Florida, and played AAU with TJ and Lou. Like I said, the first time around, we focused a lot more on TJ Shepard and Lou Kelly. So what I want to do now is just give Flores his just due. He's a great point guard. He's of that John Stockton, Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Gary Payton mold, where they just want to get their team in the right spots, make sure everyone is fed and playing hard. Like I said, first time around, yeah, it was about the 3 key pieces. But there's a lot of other players that you see here warming up that made everything this 2012-2013 team did possible. Starting with the guy that set him up, put him in the right spots at 6'4", 197 pounds. So as you see here, straight out of the pick and roll, kicks it out to TJ Shepard on the wing for 3. Back with the pick and roll again. Gets Myers into the teeth of the defense for the easy layup. Here we go again. Myers is a transfer from Stanford that we didn't really cover as much, but he's rolling to the basket. Here we got Smalls, the walk-on from Lubbock, Texas. And this is the play we've seen before. Half-court pass, getting your man in the right spot, wide open 3 in transition. So here, same thing. TJ, wide open. Catches it and already knows what to do with it. This time he drives, gets everyone paying attention to him and dishes it off to Harsha for the easy layup. And Harsha's another freshman that was a big-time recruit, top 5 center in the country. So you put these pieces together and you got a point guard like this. He had 3 rebounds and 7 assists in the first half. And that type of play is what took this team over the top. Gets it to Troutman. Troutman misses. Gets it back to him for his only 3 of the game. And that's the way he is. It's not like he can't stroke it. Right here, wide open, Troutman. I feel like he's one of those that he just has a better time getting everyone else involved because he can stroke it. Right here, hand off to Kelly. You got to guard this guy. Just making it a little bit too easy. Right here, in transition, gets it to Troutman. And he just always makes the right play. That's really what it was. They end up winning by 23. The ball was moving. It didn't stick with one player. And for him, it was a good game because you're never really going to see him go for 30. If that makes sense. You already got Lou Kelly for that. And if he's not having a great night, then you got TJ that can go for 20. So now we fast forward to the national championship game. Again, the hopes for this game was for it to be a little bit more competitive. 2 of the better teams in the country. That first game got away from UCLA and their brand new coach. So hopefully this game could be a little bit more competitive with the whole national audience tuned in, watching the game. You don't want it to be a blowout. Same thing though. Miners 39-0, Bruins 36-3. They are, without a doubt, the 2 best teams that should be here in Albany playing for the championship. Thing about UCLA, it was an inherited team with a few 4 stars from California. Big name program, big time brand that sells itself, and then you're going against UTEP, the up and coming team that was really built from scratch. They had only won 2 games before Coach Kyle Watson took the job. You see here, the rivalry between Luke Kelly and Jackson Ellis starting to form. Only difference is I feel like UTEP just has a lot more pieces. And when you really look at this lineup, you see this no-look pass in transition. Can't teach that. Pick and roll. Gets it to Kelly on the block. You cannot teach transition. Get to the big man harsher for three. So at the half, UCLA has a slight lead. A little bit better than what we saw in that first game. UTEP actually had the lead that first time. But you can't teach the way this guy sees the floor. Obviously, you can't see his stats. They took him out of the starting five in that pick, but look how he starts off the second half, straight to the rim. And it's crazy that he's that fast. These are things that you don't see from him because he's usually trying to get everyone involved. Gets the ball right away to the rim. At the free throw line, let's see what he's looking like. Not a bad shot. Kind of a toilet bowl, but it wasn't a bad shot altogether. Free throw number 2. Okay, he holds the pose. Way better of a shot. All right, so here again, his favorite thing, pick and roll. This time he gets it to Myers instead of the rolling Smalls. Pick and roll. Gets it to Smalls. And these are the players that need the ball given to them. Half-court assist to TJ Shepard for the 3. In transition to TJ Shepard for the long 2. In transition, he takes it, puts his head down, and gets to the rim. And that's the thing, being 6'4", 190 plus pounds, when he decides to get to the rim, he's not a small guard. Some of the guards we talked about earlier that he models his game after are 6 foot. So you can only imagine. We believe the Miners win the national title. You can only imagine how much further above they would have been against other teams if he was to actually try to score. Or maybe you have to think, 71-61, it's better for him to be a floor general. I mean, he's a threat, though, because a lot of the times when you have a floor general, it's because, they're not as confident in their shot. But I just feel as if he's the perfect player. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 for 4, didn't even really try to shoot it. He's the perfect guard for this team. And I think that's the reason they won the championship, because had he been someone that was to try to chuck it and take the game into his own hands, it might not have been the same game. And we kind of saw that too. With Kelly, he kind of calmed down his shot selection. So now we're going to fast forward to where we actually are in real time. April 2014. UTEP ends up winning the conference back-to-back years, 31-6, 13-3, first in the conference. So the reason we went back is because we knew it was going to happen. Of course, we lost Luke Kelly to the draft, TJ Shepard to the draft, Myers, I think we lost him to graduation. So this year, it was all on Smalls and Flores. Smalls being the guy, the walk-on, the big man that has experience. That first year when it was just him and they won 29 games. So first round, they beat San Jose State. Wasn't even close. Second round, it was a close game against Minnesota, 12-5-6. Then they meet up with UCLA. They took the loss in this game, 13-4-8. But, to take it to the Sweet 16 with the team that wasn't the greatest, that's an accomplishment. So let's flip over to LA and UCLA. So they're 35-4, 16-2, first in the conference, as expected. He has almost 200 more wins than losses. That's ridiculous, especially for being in a Power 5. running through the out-of-conference schedule. So they're first in offensive efficiency, third in defensive efficiency. So that's a sound team. And we already showed. So they got all the way to the Final Four. First round against Montana, beat them by 40. Dang. Dang. They beat Boston College by 10. We saw this already. They beat UTEP by 4, close game. They beat Louisville by 6, another close game. And then they just lost by 2 against UConn, the eventual national champs. That's a great season. So we're going to go and make sure everything's realistic. UConn won the national title like in real life. These are some random players. Coach of the year. Isn't that Coach Calhoun? I think that's his name. From UConn. I think that's his name. I can see his face, but I can't see his name. So no one on the All-American teams this year. We get to Conference USA. UTEP won the conference championship. Conference Coach of the Year. First team off all conferences, of course, FLORES 6'4", 189. Clearly he can shoot the ball in every facet. Handle and pass the ball. Quick, speedy player. Averaged 13-1, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Shot 43% from the field, 37 from 3, and 84 from the free throw line. Started every game. First team all conference, freshman All-American, and freshman all conference last year. Smalls averaged 19, bro. 19 and 5 and 5.7. Freshman All-American, St. Clair out of New York. And then Stevenson out of Colorado, another big man, 7 foot. So they're just adding the missing pieces to the puzzle. Freshman All-Conference, Woolley out of Oakland. Goodrich out of Buena Park. Haas is a second-team All-Conference player. Matthews is a first-team All-Conference senior. Coach of the Year, Billy Hoyle. Conference championship for UCLA. And then coach gets his contract renewed for 3 years. So here comes one of those situations where Georgetown is looking for a coach. Coach Collie Watson went to Georgetown. So it's a no-brainer, 21-14, 8-10 in conference. So they're already there. They're a solid team. They're not the worst, but it wasn't their best season based on their expectations. It's a power conference school, and it's just a no-brainer. So coach is not going to take this job. He's happy at UCLA, but Coach Kyle Watson is elated to be the new head coach at Georgetown. And it's just a short drive down to D.C., so everyone's excited. And there it goes, the end to another video following Coach Collie Watson from starting off at a small school in New York to 4 national championships. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you soon.